Imagine if one young leader could flip a country's entire story, almost overnight. That's exactly what's happening in Burkina Faso, where a man named Ibrahim Traoré has stepped in as interim president and started shaking things up in a big way. Traoré isn't just thinking about short-term problems or patching holes. He's got his eyes on the big picture, on rebuilding the country from the ground up, and he's not wasting any time. Instead of just trying to keep things from falling apart, he's pushing huge projects that touch every part of daily life. Roads, schools, hospitals, power stations, you name it. Burkina Faso, once known mostly for its struggles, is now racing ahead with bold, exciting changes, all under the watch of Africa's youngest head of state. These aren't just small fixes, these are game-changing moves that could turn Burkina Faso into a major player in the region, despite being a landlocked country. So in this video, we're diving into 5 jaw-dropping projects that are set to transform Burkina Faso like never before. But before we begin, I would like to ask you this question. Do you think Ibrahim Traoré is the best president in Africa right now? Let us know what you think in the comments section. Alright, picture this. You're living in a country that's smack in the middle of a continent. No beaches, no ports, and barely any smooth ways in or out. Now imagine trying to grow a strong economy in a place like that. Sounds tough, right? That's been Burkina Faso's reality for years. But things are starting to change, and fast. One of the biggest moves so far. Fixing the airport. Burkina Faso's main airport in Ouagadougou used to feel more like a bus station than a gateway to the world. It was small, outdated, and barely keeping up with the number of people and goods trying to move through it. It just couldn't handle the country's growing dreams. Then came Ibrahim Traoré. Instead of patching up the old system, he decided to think big, really big. Under his watch, the Ouagadougou International Airport is getting a massive makeover. But it's not just about adding a few gates or putting up shinier signs. This is a full-on transformation. The new design? It's built to handle way more passengers and a ton of cargo. We're talking about an airport that doesn't just serve Burkina Faso, it connects it to the rest of the world. This expansion means more trade, more tourists, and more investors flying in to see what this rising nation has to offer. For a country without a coastline, air travel is like its lifeline, and Traoré knows it. By reimagining the airport, he's giving Burkina Faso the wings it needs to fly into the future. This isn't just about getting planes to land on time or helping people skip long lines at check-in. What's really happening here is something way bigger. It's about plugging Burkina Faso straight into the global economy. Think of it like this. When you upgrade a phone, it runs faster, connects better, and does way more than before. That's kind of what's going on with the airport. It's getting a serious upgrade so it can move goods and people in and out more easily. And that's a game changer. Right now, if a business in Burkina Faso wants to ship something across the world or get supplies in quickly, it can be slow, messy, and expensive. But with this new airport, that's about to change. More planes mean faster shipping. Better systems mean smoother trade. And all of that helps factories run better, stores stay stocked, and companies grow. And let's talk jobs, because this project is about to create a lot of them. We're talking around 5,000 new roles, from running logistics and managing airport operations to cooking in hotel kitchens or helping visitors find their way. That's a big deal in a place where young people often struggle to find good work. But beyond the money and jobs, this airport stands for something deeper. It's a sign that Burkina Faso is stepping into a new chapter. A country that used to feel a little cut off is now saying, hey, we're open for business, and we've got big plans. And Traoré? He's not stopping at just one city. What's happening in Ouagadougou is only the beginning. This airport is just the first domino in a line of major changes. Roads, power stations, other transport projects. It's all coming together to make the country stronger, faster, and more connected, both at home and with the world. If you are still watching this video, it means you love it. Why not take out a second and hit that like button? Have you done that? Let us move on. Next up in Burkina Faso's big glow-up. Trains. But not just any trains. We're talking fast ones, like really fast. Picture this. Right now, if someone wants to get from Ouagadougou to Abidjan, they're in for a long, bumpy ride. We're talking more than a full day on the road, about 36 hours of crawling through rough terrain and dodging potholes. It's the kind of trip that makes you question your life choices halfway through. And it's not just travellers who suffer. Businesses trying to move goods across the border have to deal with the same headaches. Slow travel, bad roads and high costs. That kind of setup slows everything down. Trade, tourism, teamwork between neighbouring countries, you name it. Now enter the new plan, a high-speed rail line that connects the heart of Burkina Faso to the coast of Côte d'Ivoire. What used to be a 36-hour slog, slashed down to just 6 hours. That's less than a school day. This isn't just about speed, it's about unlocking doors. A fast train means farmers can ship fresh crops to the coast without worrying about spoilage. It means local companies can send goods to the port and out into the world faster and cheaper. And it means families can visit relatives, explore new places, or go on weekend adventures they couldn't imagine before. Even more exciting, this train is about bringing people together. When countries like Burkina Faso and Côte d'Ivoire are better connected, they can team up on business deals, share resources, and grow side by side. It's like building a friendship between two neighbours who've always been close, but now finally have a good road between their houses. This rail project also sends a message. Burkina Faso isn't sitting on the sidelines anymore. It's stepping into the game, building the kind of infrastructure that puts it on the map, not just in West Africa, but across the whole continent. And let's not forget tourism. This high-speed line will open up opportunities for folks to explore places they've only heard about. Whether it's beaches in Abidjan or cultural festivals in Ouagadougou, people will be able to hop on a train and go. Burkina Faso isn't just focused on flying high or speeding down the tracks. It's also hitting the ground hard, literally. One of the biggest changes happening right now? Fixing the roads. You see, in a country without a coastline, roads aren't just important, they're everything. They're how farmers get crops to market, how kids reach school, and how doctors make it to rural clinics. But for years, many of those roads have been in rough shape, bumpy, narrow, and sometimes nearly impossible to drive on. Especially in remote areas, the roads can turn a short trip into an all-day challenge. And when it rains, good luck getting anywhere at all. That kind of poor road system holds the entire country back. It makes life harder, slows down trade, and leaves whole communities feeling cut off from the rest of the world. But now there's a plan in motion to flip the script. Under Ibrahim Traoré, there's a major push to rebuild the national road network from the ground up. We're not talking about filling a few potholes here and there. This is a full-on makeover. The idea is simple. Connect cities, towns, and villages with roads that are wide, smooth, and built to last. Roads that trucks can rely on, that ambulances don't have to crawl across, and that make it easier for everyday people to get where they need to go. And this isn't just about making travel more comfortable. It's about unlocking potential. Better roads mean farmers can reach new markets. Businesses can expand beyond one region. Tourists can explore parts of the country they've never seen before. Even small improvements in road quality can mean faster deliveries, more jobs, and stronger local economies. This kind of project doesn't just help the big cities. It connects the heart of Burkina Faso to its outer edges, making sure no one is left behind. One of the biggest changes people are going to feel with the new roads? Just how much easier it'll be to move stuff around. Think about trucks loaded with veggies, fruit, or bags of rice trying to bump their way down broken roads. Slow, risky, and expensive. Now imagine smooth highways where deliveries happen on time and farmers can finally get their fresh produce to market before it spoils. That's what this road overhaul is aiming for. It means businesses can spend less on transport and more on growing. It means shop owners can restock faster, and people living out in the countryside can sell their crops in the city without needing to cross their fingers that their goods make it there in one piece. And for Burkina Faso, where farming is one of the main ways people earn a living, better roads could be a game changer. A quicker route to the market isn't just convenient, It can be the difference between a good season and a bad one. But this isn't just about business and trade. These roads are also changing everyday life in ways that hit closer to home. In places where getting to the doctor used to mean hours of travel over dirt and gravel, help will now be just a short drive away. Kids in remote villages who once had to walk miles just to get to school might finally have a bus route or an easier path to learning. The roads will become lifelines, helping people get what they need when they need it without delay. And here's where things really start to connect. These road upgrades aren't happening in a vacuum. They're part of something much bigger, a grand puzzle Traoré is putting together. The airport, the high-speed rail, the road network. They're all pieces that fit into a bigger picture of a smarter, stronger, and more connected Burkina Faso. The roads, in many ways, are what stitch the whole plan together. And when movement gets easier, eyes start turning toward an opportunity. Investors, entrepreneurs, and even neighbouring countries begin to pay attention. A country that's easy to move through is easier to do business in, and that means more chances for growth, both inside and outside its borders. Now let's switch gears to something that's shining a whole new light, literally, on Burkina Faso, the Zagtouli solar power plant. For years, electricity has been a struggle. Power cuts were common. Whole neighbourhoods would go dark without warning. And most of the electricity? It had to be bought from other countries, at prices that weren't always friendly. But that's starting to change. Big time. Burkina Faso is turning its face toward the sun and saying, why not use what we have plenty of? And what they've got is sunlight. Lots of it. All year round. The Zagtouli solar power plant isn't just a small step. It's a leap toward a brighter, more stable future. Buying electricity from other countries has always been expensive for Burkina Faso. And not just in terms of money, it's also taken a big toll on the environment. The more the country grows, the more energy it needs. But if all that extra power keeps coming from dirty fuels like diesel and coal, it only adds to pollution and makes things worse for the planet. So what's the smarter, cleaner move? Build your own power, using the one thing Burkina Faso has in endless supply: sunlight. Just outside the capital city, something huge is rising from the dusty ground. It's called the Zagtouli solar power plant, and it's basically a giant field of solar panels soaking up the sun. When it's fully up and running, it'll be one of the biggest solar energy stations in all of West Africa. This place is designed to generate 33 megawatts of electricity. That's enough to light up thousands of homes and businesses, helping people keep the lights on, the fans spinning, and the machines humming, all without depending on power from outside the country. This power comes straight from the sun. No smoke, no oil, no gas, just clean, renewable energy that's better for everyone and the planet. And it's not just about having power, it's about making life easier. Right now, when electricity cuts out, businesses lose money, kids can't study, and families are left in the dark, literally. But with the Zagtouli plant, electricity will be more reliable, more affordable, and more local. That means fewer blackouts and more confidence for people who want to build something, whether it's a small shop or a full-blown factory. Cheaper, steady power also makes Burkina Faso more attractive to investors. Imagine you're starting a business and you hear that electricity is clean, stable, and doesn't cost a fortune. Sounds like a good place to set up, right? But the story doesn't stop with money. This shift to solar is also helping the planet. By using less fossil fuel, the country is cutting down on carbon emissions, and that means cleaner air and a healthier environment for future generations. Plus, building and running a massive solar plant like this means jobs. Lots of them. Engineers, technicians, electricians, cleaners, guards, you name it. People are getting trained to work in solar energy, opening up a whole new path for careers that didn't really exist before. And here's the exciting part. This is just step one. The Zagtouli plant is only the beginning. Traoré's government is already planning more projects, more solar farms, wind turbines, and even hydroelectric power stations. All of it pointing toward a big, bold goal: making Burkina Faso energy independent, greener, and more future-ready than ever. Let's talk water. Not fancy stuff, just the everyday, life-giving kind that most people don't think twice about. In Burkina Faso, though, clean, steady water has always been a big deal, especially in Ouagadougou, the capital, where taps often run dry and folks are left waiting, worrying, or walking long distances just to fill a bucket. Add in a rising population and hotter, drier seasons, and the pressure on the country's limited water sources is only getting worse. But there's a game-changing solution on the horizon, and it's called the Ziga Dam. Now, this isn't just some wall holding back a river. The Ziga Dam is being built to solve some of Burkina Faso's toughest problems, all at once. First off, it's going to bring consistent clean water to people in the city, finally giving Ouagadougou a supply it can count on. That alone would be huge, but there's more. You see, Burkina Faso depends heavily on farming. It's how millions of people feed their families and earn a living. But without enough water, crops fail, food prices jump, and farmers are left struggling. The Ziga Dam changes that. It stores water and makes it available for irrigation, even during dry spells. That means more crops, better harvests, and fewer hungry nights. And the benefits don't stop at the farm. When local agriculture thrives, food becomes more available and more affordable in markets across the country. Kids eat better. Families spend less on groceries. Local shops, transport businesses, and even street vendors start to feel the boost. It's the kind of ripple effect that can lift entire communities. And it's not just about growing food. The dam could also help Burkina Faso grow power. Plans are in the works to use it for hydropower, turning flowing water into electricity. That means more lights on, fewer blackouts, and even more progress toward energy independence, right alongside the solar power push we saw with the Zagtuli plant. Beyond Burkina Faso's borders, the Ziga Dam sends a strong message. It shows what's possible when a country takes its future into its own hands, managing its natural resources smartly, and thinking ahead instead of waiting for problems to get worse. And the impact could stretch beyond the water and the what's. It could create jobs, improve trade, strengthen ties with neighbouring countries facing similar challenges, and even inspire them to follow suit. So here's a question for you, because we're curious. Do you think Captain Traoré is the best president in Africa?